The movie begins and we see a family. It includes 4 people: the man, Gita, his wife, their daughter, and son. They are living in a small basement. These people had to work very hard to survive. Their financial condition was very poor, and to run their household, they worked on making pizza boxes. But this job was not enough for them to cover the household expenses. One day, Kiwoo's friend Ita, who studied with him at the university, comes to their house. He gives Kiwoo a stone and says that my grandfather sent it for you. Generally, that stone was considered very special, and it was believed that whoever possessed it would find happiness, and their circumstances would improve. Kiwoo tells his friend about his financial condition, which is not good. His friend says that he is going out of the country for studies. Teach English to the girl whom I used to tutor. To which he replies, I don't go to college and they won't give me the job. His friend says, I'll recommend you. Just get a fake degree made by your sister. Kiwoo's sister is artistic and she makes the degree for him. Then he goes to the place where he has to give tuition. The house is quite large and very beautiful, and it belongs to a family named the Park family. There are also 4 people in this family: a husband, wife, and their 2 children, a son and a daughter. The daughter, whose name is Dahai, is the one who needs tutoring. There is also a maid there who is working very well, and he gives a demo class in which Dahai's mother also sits with him. He gets certified in a way and they give him the job. Then Kiwoo finds out that the girl's younger brother Seong has a great interest in painting. For this purpose, they had hired many teachers, but none of them stayed. Kiwoo thinks that my sister is artistic, so I will make her his painting teacher. Then he talks to Da Song's mother, saying that I have a cousin who is artistic and I suggest that you hire her. Hearing this, Seong's mother agrees, and the next day, Kiwoo introduces his sister as a girl named Jessica. He doesn't reveal her real name so that no one suspects they are siblings. Kijung becomes Jessica and acts as the child's art tutor, claiming that she is also a therapist, and impresses them with her words. Now, these 2 siblings start working as teachers for the other siblings. When Jessica has her first session, the owner of the house, Som's father, also arrives there and tells his driver to drop Jessica home, and he does so. The driver tells Jessica that he will drop her home because it has gotten quite late. Jessica tells the driver to drop her at the metro station, and the driver does so. While sitting in the car, Jessica deliberately leaves her panties in the car. She does this so that the owner becomes suspicious that their driver is not trustworthy. When the owner finds the panties, they become suspicious that something is going on between their driver and their daughter's teacher, and they discuss this with their wife. Then his wife, Jessica, asks about the night when the driver dropped her off, to which she says that instead of going home, she got off at the metro station. This satisfies the owner of the house, and she tells Jessica to leave. After this, they fire their driver from the job. Jessica did all this because she wanted to bring her father in place of the driver. Then she suggests to the people, my father's brother has a driver who is a very good driver. You should hire him, and then she introduces her father as her father's brother's driver. Her father also gets a job, and the 3 of them, father, daughter, and son, start working there. They work discreetly so their employers don't suspect their siblings and he's their father. Then we see that when Vishen teaches at the High Court, they start liking each other. Now, they and their cousin want their mother to work in that house as well, and to do this, they needed to get the maid out of there, which was not so easy. They come up with a plan. The powder on the peach can cause an allergy to anyone, and that's exactly what they do. When the maid is playing with the dog, they sprinkle the powder on her, causing her to have an allergic reaction, and she ends up going to the hospital. While she is at the hospital, Kiwoo's father also arrives there. They take a selfie in which they also capture him. Then he takes the lady of the house shopping and tells her that he saw the maid at the hospital. While taking a selfie, she accidentally got in the frame and he overheard the lady's conversation unintentionally. She has TB, but the lady of the house doesn't believe it. Then he sends a message to his daughter Jan, saying that they will reach home in 3 minutes. As soon as Jan sees the message, she again sprinkles that powder on the maid, causing her to start coughing again. During this time, the lady of the house also arrives, and the lady uses a shoe and then throws it in the dustbin. Then their driver goes towards the dust bin where he had placed the tissue. He spills sauce on the tissue and shows it to his mistress, No, which convinces her that the driver was right in saying that the maid has TB. Then she tells her driver not to mention this to her husband, otherwise he will get very angry, and then they also fire that woman from her job. The driver cleverly introduces his wife as a cook, and eventually his wife also gets the job. Then all four of them work in the same family without letting anyone suspect that they belong to the same family. They were living under different names very cleverly. Their circumstances had changed significantly. From poverty, their condition had improved greatly. They were getting good food and earning well. Then it's Dasom's birthday, Bawai Sansoin, and the Park family decides to go on a picnic to celebrate, and they set off for it. After they leave, these four people are celebrating a party. They are enjoying themselves when suddenly the doorbell rings and the old maid is standing at the door. She says that she left some of her belongings there and wants to retrieve them. Young-soo lets her in, and then the lady goes to the basement. Even after a long time, the lady does not return. So Young-soo goes to check. She finds the lady pushing a cabinet, but it doesn't move because a plate is stuck underneath it. Young-soo removes the plate, and the cabinet moves from its place. Underneath the cabinet, there is a secret passage leading downwards. The maid goes there and looks around. There is a man there. In reality, he is her husband whom she has hidden there. He has been there for almost 4.5 years. The Park family is unaware of this because the family that lived here before them didn't tell them, and this lady has been working here for quite some time. She knows that there is a secret passage here. She hid her husband here because he had some debt, and if he didn't pay it off, people would kill him. Then the maid tells Jusu to give her husband food once a week. There is a fridge available here. In return, I will pay you. Jusu refuses and says she will call the police, to which the woman begs her not to, and Junsu's husband intervenes. The daughter is listening to these conversations. One of them slips. All three of them fall in front. Seeing this, the maid records a video, and the child says, Dad, my foot, which also gets recorded in the video. She realizes that all four of them are a family and that they have cleverly secured jobs here. She says she will send this video to the lady of the house, to which Yumsuk pleads with her not to do so. The woman comes upstairs with her husband and tells the four of them to stand with their hands up. The four of them stand up, and she records a video of them as well as the table where they were partying. The four of them attack the husband and wife, take their mobile, and delete the video. They are fighting among themselves when suddenly the telephone rings. Chusuk picks it up, and it's a call from the lady of the house. She says that due to heavy rain, the trip has been cancelled and they will be back in 8 minutes. She tells her to prepare food and also to set up in all the household items within those 8 minutes. During the call, the three of them stand there covering the mouths of the husband and wife. Then they tie up the husband and wife again and leave them, after which they start cleaning. Exactly 8 minutes later, the family returns home, and they have already finished cleaning the house. The family has no suspicion of what happened before they arrived, and those people also hide. They eat dinner, and the lady of the house, Junshu, mentions that one night her son got up to eat cake and saw a ghost. But it wasn't a ghost, it was the maid's husband. They think maybe it wasn't a ghost. It's raining, and their son Dasong says he will go outside tonight, but ends up sitting outside. Som is in the hall so he can watch him all night. The two of them are lying on the sofa, talking, and under the sofa, the male of the kit is hiding. The house driver is there, and the owner of the house is telling his wife that an unpleasant smell comes from his body, which is impossible to tolerate. He is telling the truth, because the place where they are living is a garbage area where people use it as a toilet. Because of this, all the people in this house have a dirty smell in their clothes. And these things are being heard by them too. They feel bad because Som had mentioned this once. My teacher has a smell, and similarly, our driver and maid have it too. Then they think about changing their soap and towel, but it's not their smell, rather it's the smell of the house where they are living. And when both of them fall asleep, it comes out from under the sofa and into their basement at home. It's raining heavily in Nitingdae, and when they reach their home, they see that their entire house is filled with water. Because the window of the house was left open, all the water came inside, and now the place is no longer livable. Then they go to a place where many people are sleeping, and they also spend their night there. Then Kijin receives a call from the owner of the house. She says that it's our son's day. You are his teacher, you should come so that he will be very happy, and she also invites Kiwo, who is her daughter's teacher. Then she goes shopping in the market. And when she is sitting in the car, a strange kind of smell is coming from her driver, and she covers her nose with her hand, which offends the driver quite a bit. He doesn't want people to react like that with him, and his employer doesn't want to do it either, but she has to. The party is going on, and he and his student are upstairs, and he asks her, "Do you think we are one of them?" She shakes her head in response, indicating no, but they are not one of them. He thinks that if the people in the basement come upstairs, their secret will be exposed, and then they might lose their job. Then, while thinking about something, he takes out the same stone that his friend had given him. He takes that stone and goes to the basement where the maid is. The maid of the house had died the night before, because when they were taking her downstairs, she tried to run back up and Junshu tripped her. She falls and dies. Even those four are unaware that he reaches downstairs and has the same stone in his hand. Somehow the stone falls from his hand, but he cleverly sneaks over and picks it up. He had come to kill them so that their secret would never be revealed to them, because he could do anything to save his family then, and he moves forward with determination. The maid's husband, who has freed himself, puts a rope around her neck and drags her, and hangs the rope at a place, and then he picks up the same stone. He starts to hit Kiwoo with the stone, but doesn't. He runs away from there but falls from the basement and comes back, injuring him severely. Then he reaches the party area. Then his gaze falls on those who are taking the cake towards the servants, and he immediately recognizes her. He stabs Ki-jung in the chest with the knife, causing her to be severely injured. Ki-jung's father presses on her wound to prevent excessive bleeding, but her injury is quite deep. Young-soo sees that he has attacked her daughter, and she moves towards him, leading to a fight between the two, during which Young-soo kills the man. Now the owner of the house wants to retrieve his keys, which are under the dead man, and as he retrieves the keys, he is overwhelmed by the smell and covers his mouth. When his driver sees him doing this, the expression on his face changes. He was angry. He picks up a knife and attacks the owner with it. He does this because his owner needed the keys to take his son to the hospital in the evening, because he is also conscious, and on the other hand, his own daughter is dying, but he doesn't think about her at all. The driver looks at his owner with great surprise because when he was retrieving the keys from under the old maid's husband, he covers his nose with his hand, which makes him feel bad, because his own situation was similar at that time, and he relates to that man. Now, he realizes that people like us are looked down upon by them with contempt. Due to this narrow-minded view, she stabs Dee with a knife, and after that the driver disappears and she dies. But he survives, although his mental ability gets disturbed. Then a case of fraud, deceit, and conspiracy is filed against the mother and son, but the court does not punish them, gives some instructions, and lets them go. The family sells that house, and a German family buys it from them. They were not aware of the history of this house, and even today, there is a ticking sound in its basement, meaning the driver, because after killing his master he hides here and no one finds out. Then, through Morse code, by turning the light on and off, he wants to send a message to his son that he is still alive and hiding here. Morse code is basically understood as a signal that allows two people to communicate with each other, providing the facility to send a message. Through that medium, he sends the signal in this way. He turns it on and off at different times and signals to his son. His son, who sees such signals from afar, receives a code which he deciphers to find out that his father is still alive and is in the basement. He regrets having killed the honor of the Park family, and goes in front of their picture to apologize. That one day he will earn a lot of money, and they will buy that same house, and his father will come up from the basement, and they will wait for him. It happens that he buys the house, and his father comes out of the basement and meets his family, but all of this is just his imagination. In reality, none of this happens,